Sure. Here's a YouTube article on the 1953 Land Rover Defender. Title: The 1953 Land Rover Defender, the SUV that defined adventure. In the rugged world of off-road vehicles, few names command as much respect as the Land Rover Defender. Among its earliest legends, the 1953 model stands out as a symbol of durability, purpose-built engineering, and timeless British design. This was more than just a utility vehicle, it was a statement of what a go-anywhere, do-anything vehicle should be, the birth of an icon. To understand the 1953 Defender, we need to look back to its origin. After World War II, Rover was looking for a new vehicle to produce. Inspired by the American Willys Jeep, the Land Rover was initially introduced in 1948 at the Amsterdam Motor Show. It was built to be a versatile agricultural and light industrial vehicle, with four-wheel drive and simple but tough construction. By 1953, the Series I Land Rover had evolved into a more capable and refined machine while retaining the rugged essence that made it legendary. The Series I legacy, the 1953 model year, falls into what enthusiasts call the Series I era. It was still very much a utilitarian vehicle, but it had received critical improvements over the original 1948 design. One of the biggest changes was the introduction of a longer wheelbase version of the 86-inch and later the 107-inch, which allowed for more load-carrying capacity and better stability. The 1953 Defender was available in multiple body styles, including the soft top, hardtop, pickup, and station wagon. This modular approach to body design made the Defender incredibly adaptable. Whether you were a farmer in the English countryside, an explorer in Africa, or part of a military operation, the Land Rover could be configured to suit your needs. Under the hood, practical power. The heart of the 1953 Defender was a 2.0-liter inline-4 petrol engine, replacing the older 1.6-liter unit. This new engine produced a modest 52 horsepower, but it wasn't built for speed. It was designed for torque, low-end grunt, and pulling power. The engine was mated to a 4-speed manual transmission with a 2-speed transfer case, giving the Defender true 4WD capabilities with both high and low ranges. This drivetrain setup allowed the 1953 Defender to crawl over rocks, wade through rivers, and climb steep inclines with surprising agility. The mechanical simplicity of its leaf spring suspension, solid axles, and steel chassis meant it was easy to repair in the field, a major advantage in remote areas. Design philosophy: function over form. The 1953 Defender wasn't designed to be beautiful, but its charm lies in its utilitarian honesty. The flat, boxy body panels made it cheap and easy to manufacture. Aluminum bodywork, originally chosen due to post-war steel Chartag, proved to be rust-resistant and lightweight, further contributing to its durability. Inside the cabin, comforts were few and far between. Vinyl bench seats, exposed metal surfaces, and simple instrumentation reminded the driver that this was a work vehicle. Yet, it was precisely this no-frills design that endeared the Defender to its owners. It could take a beating, get hosed out, and still run like new, a vehicle for the world. By 1953, Land Rover was already exporting to over 70 countries. The Defender's reputation for reliability in harsh conditions made it the vehicle of choice for farmers, police forces, explorers, and aid organizations. It could be found on every continent, doing everything from herding sheep to hauling supplies up mountain passes. In fact, Land Rovers of this era were famously used in several overland expeditions, and none more famous than the Oxford and Cambridge Far Eastern Expedition in 1955, which saw 2 Land Rovers drive from London to Singapore. The 1953 model helped prove the brand's capabilities in extreme climates and uncharted territories. Innovation and simplicity. Though basic by modern standards, the 1953 Defender was packed with thoughtful design touches. Its flat windscreen could be folded down for better visibility or to allow for the fitting of military equipment. The rear tailgate opened flat, making loading and unloading easy. Even the interior floor was designed to be hosed clean. The separate chassis and body design allowed for easy customization and repair. This also laid the groundwork for the Defender's future as a popular platform for modification and upgrades, which continues to this day. Military muscle. One of the less talked about aspects of the 1953 Defender is its use by armed forces across the globe. Lightweight, rugged, and easy to service, the vehicle was ideal for reconnaissance and support duties. Militarized versions were produced with mounts for radios, weaponry, and even light armor in some cases. This military connection added to the Defender's myth as it wasn't just a vehicle, it was a battlefield tool, and when it wasn't on duty, the same vehicle could return to civilian life with minimal changes, proving its adaptability. Cultural impact. Though the Defender would become more polished in later years, the 1953 model is where its legend truly began to take root. Its silhouette became instantly recognizable and a symbol of freedom, exploration, and rugged individualism. Even today, restored 1953 Defenders are prized by collectors and vintage SUV lovers. They represent not just a machine, but an era when vehicles were built to last, and adventure was never out of reach. Driving experience. Behind the wheel, the 1953 Defender is a reminder of how far we've come. Steering is heavy, the ride is bumpy, and there's no power anything and no power brakes, no power steering, and certainly no infotainment system. But there's a purity to the experience that's hard to find in modern vehicles. Every bump in the road, every mechanical sound from the transmission, every whiff of engine oil, it all contributes to a sense of driving that's deeply mechanical and connected. You don't just drive a 1953 Defender, you command it. Legacy and influence. The DNA of the 1953 Land Rover Defender can still be seen in today's Land Rover lineup. While modern Defenders are loaded with tech, luxury, and refinement, they still pay homage to their roots with boxy styling, rugged underpinnings, and go-anywhere engineering. Collectors and restoration experts often seek out the 1953 model specifically due to its historical significance. It's a rare gem, representing the intersection of post-war innovation and practical necessity. The collector's dream. Owning a 1953 Defender today is more than just having a classic car, it's owning a piece of history. Restored models often fetch high prices at auctions, especially those with matching numbers and original components. For purists, every dent tells a story, every faded switch speaks of years in the wild. Restorations can be done to factory original specifications or upgraded with modern conveniences, but either way, the soul of the 1953 Defender remains intact. It's a vehicle that rewards patience, care, and mechanical know-how. Conclusion. The 1953 Land Rover Defender is more than just an off-road vehicle, it's a global icon. Built with simplicity, engineered for reliability, and designed for the world's harshest environments, it set the stage for decades of Land Rover success. Whether crawling through the African savanna, parked on a Scottish farm, or gleaming in a collector's garage, the 1953 Defender continues to captivate with its rugged charm and undeniable legacy. It was and remains a true pioneer. Would you like a matching YouTube title and description with hashtags for this article?